I'm going to give you this, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Why is that significant? Why is that significant? Because the guy he's better than makes $42 million a year. It's significant. Big Silz, National Football Show. Pull up a chair, because this is going to get a little heavy today. Okay. Nice. Jalen Hurts on the first tee. Nice job. I like it. But always remember something. There's 18 holes to a round of golf. Here's some of the takeaways. By the way, please hit the like button. Team effort was sensational last night. 24-7 victory. The whole thing was great. The electricity in the building, the fans, the stars in the building, everything was there. And the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely showed up last night in every single facet of the game. Special teams, defense, offense. It was on full display last night. Outstanding effort by the football team. And one thing I got to tell you here, before we get started, I've always been transparent with you. When I see something, I comment on what I saw, not what I think is going to happen. See a lot of fortune tellers in here, okay? That's not who I am. I've told you this. And I'm fair. I don't throw rose petals at anybody's feet. So how we do this, some of you, I don't wait 15 days to sit around to get your opinion or whether or not you're going through therapy or not before Big Silz says something. I say it right now. And if you don't like it, that's a you deal. That's a you deal. So let me get through my takeaways from last night. As I said, the team was special last night. They look like, as I've been saying, the best and deepest roster in the NFC. They looked like it last night. Jonathan Gannon. I don't know still if it's his scheme. That was a difference last night, but it sure was the players' effort. Darius Slay, I'll get to him in a second. I thought the players inside Jonathan Gannon's scheme, I thought they were effective, especially in the middle with Hargrave and Fletcher Cox. Okay? I thought they played well. And remember what I told you also yesterday. Whoever wins the rushing title for last night's game is going to win the game. And hands down, it was the Eagles last night. I mean, Dalvin Cook was a non-factor. We'll get to the stats in the game here. So Gannon's guys, I'm still not on Jonathan Gannon. One game out of 20 does not make me sit here and go, well, he's a great D coordinator. But it's a good start to turning this thing around with the new talent. So to me, I think he got a fresh start last night. Here we go. I'm not going to erase 19 shitty games because he had a great game last night. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It's not a one-game season. I know some of you are all excited about that. This is not a one-game season. This is going to play itself out, my friends. I'll get to your comments here in a second, I promise you. Jalen Hurts, that was by far the best football game, collegiately or professionally, I have ever seen him play. I have never seen him play like that. The strike down the middle of the field to Quez Watkins, the touch pass that went into Goddard that wasn't caught, the way that he wanted to get Devontae Smith involved in the game plan immediately, the way he moved around, his confidence factor in the pocket, all of that resulted in his greatest game as a pro last night. There is no doubt that was his shining moment last night. The question will be, will it get better? And if that's all it is, that's good enough to win a Super Bowl. Because that right there, my friends, was as good as it can get. And I'm going to say something to you, too, about the Eagle offense and something that I came to grips with last night. It might be the most unique offense in the National Football League. And the reason I say that, you guys remember the old Georgia Tech teams under Coach Johnson? And you remember the Fisher DeBerry Air Force teams? You played an off team that really didn't run a conventional offense. And all of a sudden, you see something that doesn't resemble the rest of the National Football League. That's kind of what you're seeing when you play the Eagles. Hey, and by the way, this just for notes. The two teams that played each other at the beginning of the season, Lions and Eagles, do you know Detroit is the highest scoring offense in the NFC at 35.5? That's a pretty good football team as it's turned out to be. And the Eagles have the most total offense of any team in the National Football League, and I think it's like not close to the second team. Pretty remarkable on what those two teams, when we first saw them in week one, what they've becoming and what they're looking like they may be towards the end of the year here. But as good as it can get for Jalen last night, he was focused. I thought for the first time, reading progressions and the way he found other wide receivers, he was great last night. There is no getting around it. Now, some of you would say this, well, Silz, he's a friend. I'm not there. It's the first tee box. What are you, nuts? This is the first tee box. Actually, it's the second tee box. We still got a bunch of holes to play here. Okay? He's still got a bunch of holes to play. I'm not there yet. I'm not at $240 million yet. Absolutely not. Being a starting quarterback in the National Football League is consistency. That's his greatest game. Actually, I even said this to you. I thought he played pretty decent after you went back and looked at the Detroit tape. I thought he played pretty smart in that game. So far, he's passed audition 2. There's going to be 17 auditions this year for Jalen Hurts. I know some of you are all excited and you're like one of those dolls that pull oh my God, everybody's so great. You guys are all, hang in there, pump the brakes. Let's check it out here. Let's see how we do as we go into the season. Everybody's all excited right now. Wow. And rightfully so. All kidding aside. Rightfully so. No question. What they did to the Vikings was absolutely awesome, especially on the offensive side of the football. I actually thought Fletcher Cox played a pretty damn good football game last night. Now, here's the issue that I told you what would happen. Fletcher will give you one game, and then 10 will be awful. Let's see how he plays against the Washington Commanders this weekend. If he could string 2 games together, because he hasn't in the last 20 games. That was a heck of a performance last night by him. I thought Hargrave as well played pretty well. Okay? Darius Slay completely shut down Justin Jefferson last night. That was as good of a performance I have seen a corner play on a star wide receiver in a long time. Okay? That was as good as you can get. Okay? That was like Stephon Diggs destroying Jalen Ramsey in the opening game of the season, but turned around where Darius did it to the elite wideout in Justin Jefferson. He was special last night. I'm going to get to your takes in a minute. Okay? I'll get to your takes. By the way, bottom of the hour, Merrill Reese. 4:30, I want to get a recap on what Gary thought last night. Gary Cobb from Fox 29. Miles Sanders continues to be a bell cow back. The more that he gives you, And the more yards that he gives Jalen Hurts the ability to do what he did last night, Eagles are going to be a tough out in the National Football League, especially in the NFC side. Nick Sirianni, got to hand it to Nick. They handled the moment. They handled the pressure. They had come to Jesus conversations because they know they didn't play that hot against the Lions. And they put up a whale of a performance, a 24-7 victory over the Vikings. All in all, great night. Take a look at the statistics here, too, in the game, and they probably tell you the story. 7 of 13 for the Eagles on third down. Held the Vikings to 4-12. Here is a hidden statistic. Here is a hidden number that many people don't look at. Guys, look at what the Eagles defense did to the Vikings offense. They only ran 59 plays. They held them to 59 plays in that game last night. That's complete domination. The Eagles ran 68. They had like another 2 or 3 series more, and time of possession, they owned it. That's spectacular. That's spectacular. Holding a team, when you hold a team to under 60 plays, you're getting it done, man. Total yards, 486. Held the Vikings to 264. These numbers on what the defense did to the Vikings is tremendous. 323 yards passing. Spectacular. Held Cousins to 202. With that firepower, Cousins and the coaching staff are clearly having a conversation today. Rushing 163 to 62. Defense again. The defense held an NFL passing offense with Justin Jefferson on it to under 210 yards in the air, and you held a team with Dalvin Cook, a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 1,500-yard back. You held that thing to 62 yards. It's getting it done. Vikings with 3 turnovers. That turnover by Jalen, that tip pass thing, not a factor. Time of possession, 36-14 to 23-46. Unbelievably great. Unbelievably great. Slay slayed the day. He did. Darius Slay slayed the day. Some of the personal numbers in the game. Hurts 26 to 31, 333 yards passing, 108.7 quarterback rating. Tremendous. Cousins 27 of 46, 221, 51. Miles Sanders. Last week it was 90 yards. This week it's 80 yards. 17 carries, 80 yards. Tremendous. Devontae, 7 catches, 80 yards. Goddard, 5 catches, 82 yards. AJ, 5 catches, 69. He spread it around. It's the most complete game that Jalen Hurts has played in his professional career. There's no getting around it. And that's a great moment for him in his brief career so far. He's on hold too. Okay? We still got 14 or 15 more games to go here before we start crowning anybody king of the day. Okay? Omar says, stop ducking the crow. What are you talking ducking the crow? I told you he played great. I'm not there with this guy being the future of the team yet. I'm sorry. One game doesn't make a career. One game doesn't make a season. Let's wait a minute. So you think do people actually think here that the Eagles have made their decision that Jalen Hurts is the future of the team based off the Viking game? Nobody makes a decision of $240 million off one game. Nobody. Or you're the 49ers. Nobody in their right mind would say that. Okay? Hey, Savvy, Eagle fans have the Super Bowl won already. 5-star. What do you mean, come on? It's week 2. There's no crow here. Only thing I got was the score wrong and the outcome. I haven't gotten this season wrong. I haven't gotten this quarterback's future wrong. Nobody knows what this is going to be yet. Again, like I said, don't make it sound like I'm diminishing what he did last night. It was tremendous. I'm telling you what I saw last night. He was great. Now, someone would ask me, Silz, would you give him $240 million at the end of the year? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not there yet. I want to see what the result's going to be. But it's a heck of a start to the season. And like I said to you, I thought he played well. If you look between the numbers in the Detroit game, make no mistake about it. Don't forget, like I said, at the bottom of the hour, we are going to talk with Merrill Reese. Merrill went into Troy Aikman. By the way, I got a great text from Troy Aikman last night. He goes like this to me. Hey, Merrill just came into the booth. And get this. Merrill came into the booth, and I'm going to ask Merrill when he joins us here. He came into the booth and said, that's the best first half of quarterbacking I've ever seen an Eagle quarterback play. That's quite a statement. That's quite a statement. And I thought it was too. He was so great last night. So great last night. Again, though, the guy in the earlier game was spectacular also. Josh Allen. That's the best team in the league right there. Silz, no one wants to pay till they do. Well, we'll see. Are you still starting 2-4? Kyle, I have to hold to that. 2-4 wrong again? How can you say that after week 2? You don't know that yet. Let's see what they do against Washington in a short work week. Okay? Let's see what they do against Dougie, the Cards, and the Cowboys, which you've been murdered by ever since Jalen Hurts has been a starting quarterback. Let's just wait and see there. It's great to have all this great feeling, and you should. After a performance like that, I do not want anyone to think that I did not think that that was spectacular last night. That was spectacular. Okay? That's as good as it gets last night. Okay, I will give you this, though. Silz won't admit when he's wrong. He made a lot of predictions last night. I was wrong last night. Thank you, JM. I was wrong last night. You're right. I'm not wrong about the season yet. And you're not right either. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. Admittedly, Cousins sucks. Well, at least on Monday night he does. He's 2-10. I've never seen anything like it. He was absolutely god-awful last night. Okay? Jeff, no, you're supposed to be excited. Let me ask you this. And I'm going to relent on something here, and I can't believe what I'm about to say. And I'm going to give this to you guys. Hurts so far, David, has proven doubters wrong. But again, let's see the finish line before you start crowing. Okay? I'm going to give you this. And I can't believe I'm going to say this. Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Why is that significant? Why is that significant? Because the guy he's better than makes $42 million a year. It's significant. That's a big statement from me. That's a $42 million comment I just made. $42 million. You're better than Dak Prescott. The Cowboys know this. They may not believe it yet, but the Cowboys are getting into a position right now where they're watching Jalen Hurts and they're doing this. Is that guy in Philly better than Dak? There's a big decision in both places. I'm watching that game last night, guys, and I'm going to tell you this. If I'm the Cowboys, Like Michael Irvin said on our program a couple weeks ago, that's concerning to watch Hurts do what he did last night, and you watch Dak shit the bed the way he has. I'm going to say this to you, man. He's the best quarterback in the NFC East. Now, what that means on both sides, Eagles going to pay him $45 million at the end of the year? Market value? Cowboys, you got to be looking at Dak going like this. Jesus criminy, the guy in Philly's better. The guy in Philly's better, and he's making listen to this. The guy in Philly's making $1.4 million. The guy in Dallas is making $42 million. Just saying, man. He's outplaying him. And Jalen Hurts has gotten better. There is no doubt about it. He's gotten better. I believe he's the best quarterback in the NFC East. And I thought Dak was for the longest time until I watched that performance last night. Got to tell you, man. By the way, don't forget Merrill Reese at the bottom of the hour. Gary Cobb, Fox 29, will be in hour number 2. Hurts hasn't beaten anyone. Bobby, that's not true. That was a hot team coming into Lincoln Financial. No way. And what will I say? And by the way, I think that Lions team could be a sleeper. They're not going to be an easy team to face each and every single week. That's not an easy team to play. They're the highest scoring team in the NFC, 35.5 points in the first 2 weeks. The Lions. Zach, I'm believing that Hurts is better than Dak. I'm believing it. I'm relenting to it. I did not believe that. It's on tape now. Teams have to adjust to Hurts' passing now. Joe, didn't it seem that he could do anything at will last night, whatever he wanted to do? Okay? Lions don't even have Williams yet. I know. Wait till they get Jameson Williams. Whew. Hurts is better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league. No, Steven, I think Hurts is different than a lot of quarterbacks. I think the Eagles may have the most unique offense in the league. Hurts is not better than Lamar Jackson. Stop that. God, you guys, man, one game, man. This guy's the best quarterback in the league, but by far not that guy. However, he's almost in a position where you know how you play against Patrick Mahomes and you play against you know what you guys have? I want you to stop doing something. Stop comparing him. He's not comparable. Jalen Hurts is not comparable to anybody in the league right now. That's a good thing. They're leaning into who Hurts is. Patrick Mahomes, there's only one of him. There's only one of Tom Brady. There's only one Aaron Rodgers. You don't have a 2.0 guy. You have a guy, which is a great thing. That's what franchise quarterbacks are. They have their own signature, their own way of winning games. They're leaning into that. He's not comparable. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not any of those guys. But I'll tell you what he did last night, I don't think there's a lot of guys in the league, maybe nobody in the league, that could do what he did last night. That's unique. It's a unique offense. You know, like I said, preparing for the Eagles every week, you're not seeing that type of offense. You're just not. And what they have put together, and I'm gonna lean into here. I'm gonna lean into one guy. And I gotta tell you something. We got to start giving him kudos here too. Okay? No. GT, I told you. I think he did win that game, lad. Without him, they don't win that ball game. He's one of the most unique players I've seen. And when you see a guy that you haven't seen or you don't defense every week, it's almost like in college football when you play Air Force or Georgia Tech or back in the day when Oklahoma ran the wishbone And they ran that bone at you. A lot of teams, man, you never saw that. You never defend it. You never practice against it. Practicing against a guy like Jalen Hurts, you don't do it. You most of the time are defending drop back guys. He's not, in my opinion, he's not like anybody else in the league. That's a great thing. Patrick Mahomes is not like anybody else in the league. Lamar Jackson's not like anybody else in the league. He's got his own signature in how he's going to win ball games. And like I said, this coaching staff is leaning into it. And the players are leaning into it. Okay? It was his best game as a pro. And if he plays, and I was telling Xander this, he plays like that and continues to play like that, he will be in the MVP conversation. I'll get to Gannon here in a minute, okay? I'll get to Gannon in a moment, okay? Tremendous performance last night. Kudos to you. Kudos. I've been wrong before. 2 great weeks of football for Jalen Hurts. 2 great weekends. Now he's got the Wentz Bowl this weekend. We'll see how that plays out. But 2 great starts. Okay? 2 great starts. And I have to give him his justice here. As for Jonathan Gannon, I don't know so much. And guys, follow me here. Okay? St. Silz, you guys, maybe in hour number 2. The Eagle fight song, I actually know it. Okay, maybe hour number 2, because I said that because I'm talking sports in Philly. I'm a newbie. I think maybe I have to take a lash. And every time I make a shitty prediction, maybe I do have to sing the Eagle fight song. So Big Silz may have to do that. Okay, fair enough. Guys, I don't know so much if it was in last night, because what's Hassan Reddick doing covering back still? Come on, guy. Come on. Backs. I still think he's out of position. Gannon had a position. I think the other guys will know. I think Fletcher, I think Hardgrave, I think all those guys played well. But I don't really know. Slay was out of his tree last night. He was spectacular. Spectacular last night. And by the way, if you're the Detroit Lions, man, you got to look at Matt Patricia and go, what do you do? You gave that team a lockdown corner like that when you were struggling to find defensive players, and you let that guy walk out the freaking building? Matt Patricia should be arrested for allowing that to happen. You let that guy walk out the building, and you moved him to the Eagles for what reason? What a dumbass move. Unbelievable. Dude, he was, how about this? As good as Jalen played, Darius Slay was just as good as Jalen last night. That was as good as it gets, man. See, to me, the hardest position to play in the NFL is cover corner. And he did a remarkable job last night. That guy was special last night. Don't forget, please hit the like button. Merrill Reese is going to join us in a couple seconds here. So we're going to get his thoughts, okay? Okay? So I really don't know if Gannon has righted the ship or the players have righted the ship. You feel me? He was great last night. What did he hold Jefferson to last night? 6 for 48. Jesus criminy. This guy is a catch and yards machine. This guy's a machine. And they shut his ass down last night. It just wasn't close. It wasn't close at all. 48 stupid yards meant nothing. The whole thing, I agree with Xander. They were terrible last night, man. They should have been at Slay. Jefferson was just nowhere. Hey, Shane Steichen called a great game last night. Shane Steichen called a spectacular game. Everything that to the strength of Hurts. By the way, that pass down the middle of the field to Quez, on target. Everything was just absolutely perfect last night. Kudos, man. That's how you shut people like me up. Kudos to you, man. I mean, and by the way, was it my imagination or was the defensive coordinator on the Vikings, did he find an old defensive game plan for the Eagles and play 10 yards off the ball and allow guys like AJ and those guys to get off the line of scrimmage? What were you thinking? I mean, I couldn't believe they made no adjustments. You know what happened? The Vikings didn't believe Jalen was going to put a performance like that up. I think they got caught with their pants down. I think Jalen and the Eagle offense shocked them on how proficient they were and how precise they were. They made no adjustments. I think they thought that was just going to be in the second half and it was going to be Jalen going back to Jalen and one read Jalen, and that's not what happened. Even Aikman noticed that last night. Okay? Hey, identity. I will tell you, man, when the kid plays well and I'm wrong, it's not flip-flopping, my friend. It's called being wrong. People are wrong with things. That was a great performance. Great performance. Okay? Oh, I absolutely thought the Vikings would put a 50 burger on them. I absolutely did. Nothing led me to believe in 19 ball games from the defensive coordinator was going to make me think otherwise. Last night was also Jonathan Gannon's best game as a Philadelphia Eagle defensive coordinator. So before everyone starts jumping through hoops, the greatest game that Jalen ever played was last night. The greatest defensive coordinated game by Jonathan Gannon was last night. Let that not be the moment.